You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversations sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great. So I like to.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls. You like to be hugged.
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like if
on the mic, Kerry K set in the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactic sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
What's good?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man? So how was your evening yesterday?
Oh, I don't do Valentine's Day, so it was a regular evening for me, chilling.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo like that. I don't fuck with Valentine's Day, bro. It's one of them holidays that I just don't fuck with, and my lady understands the same, and we good.
Yeah, bro. I adopted that stance later on in my many years on this planet, where I'm like, I just started looking at certain things, bro. I'm like, why am I participating in something just because everyone says it's a thing to do? Like, I really started questioning my participation in certain things. And a lot of this shit is so commercialized. I can't even say it. That it's almost like an expectation that you should just do something. And I'm like, I don't want to be a part of something where I'm obligated to do something simply because the masses do it.
That's what I'm saying. That's a big part. And you know what I noticed too? So, Valentine's Day does something to people.
Yep.
Like it's like people come down with some type of flu for the day.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you ever noticed it, but like there's like this unbelievable pressure to like do shit and
exactly
a certain way, and especially if you like in a relationship and shit, everything becomes pressure. And these bitches comparing to comparing shit to what they see on Instagram. And
bro, I did a video, Miles, a couple of weeks back, and for all y'all watching, we gonna get to the show. Just hold on, we chopping it up because even when we talking, we dropping jewels. Right? Game. So, bro, I did a video. I used a clip where this chick was talking about how she didn't care about flowers, right? But she wanted her man to get her flowers because other people at her job were getting flowers.
Right.
But she herself didn't care about flowers. I agree, bro. But not only that, bro. If you look at the real history of Valentine's Day, it's something completely different. Yeah, it's not what it is now.
Yeah, it's some weird shit. Yeah.
Bro, look. Let me tell y'all something. I pay attention to shit, right? So, and this is what I mean by that, right? And I'm going to correlate that with a Facebook post. I saw a Facebook post where a woman said that being chivalrous as a man is paying for everything or paying all the bills. And I'm like, that's not what chivalry means, right? But if you know the history of shit, none of this shit has anything to do with women. But somehow over the centuries, all of a sudden, it's like women are out here kidnapping shit. they kidnapping shit, changing the meaning of shit, and be like, we're going to make this shit ours somehow, right? But even if you look at the word chivalry and all that, it had nothing to do with women. It was about a code of ethics, a code of honor as a knight. That's what it was really about. And somehow, some way, it became. And when guys say chivalry is dead, I'm like, no, it's not. Y'all just allowed women to kidnap it, and then y'all went by what the women were saying. Y'all participated in the bullshit. I'm standing there looking at what are y'all doing. But let's get back to this shit. Set boundaries with women early on. I got a couple of quick clips. One clip in particular. It's going to be the first clip I play. It's about 30 seconds long. What the homie is saying in the clip applies to everybody, right? Both men and women could take this advice, and it doesn't matter if it's a romantic or love interest or someone that you fucking or a family member, whoever. You could apply this across the board with anybody. So without no further ado, now, because, you know, we cater to the men, right? We want to give you information to help y'all out. We have to title it Set Boundaries with Women Early On. So we always going to give lessons that everyone can learn from, but we're going to give back to y'all and make sure y'all understand what's going on out here. So let's get this motherfucking video. Where's it at? Right there.
When you say yes, you turn someone else's problems into yours.
Yeah, man.
Give you an example. Jose says to me, Ice, can you take me to the airport? I say, yeah, man, I got you. I got to get up. I got to get gas in my car. I got to be on time. I got to pick Jose up. I got to get him to the airport. And guess what? If I'm late, he gets to be mad at me.
Right.
Wow. I just turned his problem
into yours.
So sometimes you just got to say, nah, man, I'm not the one. I can't do that right now.
Facts.
So, and he said, if you say yes, you turn someone else's problems into yours. So some of y'all might be like, Zach, how does this correlate with women? Well, the advice he was given had nothing to do with women, right? That's why we say the game isn't about women, but it's correlated to women and dating and how you guys get into certain unfavorable predicaments.
Right.
And I want guys to understand this. The setting of boundaries, it's not just about you as the individual man. It's about your kingdom. You're setting boundaries for your kingdom. It's not just about you, the individual man. Because remember, when we talk about inviting women into your life, you're inviting them into your kingdom that you set for yourself, right? So the boundaries is for that. Because if you respect yourself as a man, you have boundaries for yourself.
Right.
You have boundaries for yourself. So all you're doing is asking, not even asking, all you're doing is commanding the woman to respect the boundaries that you set for yourself. If I'm going to invite you into my kingdom and you're going to accept that invitation, there are boundaries that are set. Respect these motherfuckers. So when I say set boundaries with women early on, part of that is telling women, no. Miles, you want to speak to that, man?
Yeah, and it's not just telling. It's not just. See, I know a lot of guys when they hear us talk sometimes, right? They are like. They take things super literal, where it's like, oh, yeah, you should tell a woman no. And then they have no idea. They'll say no to a woman and have no true idea as to why they're saying no. Listen, when we say no, it's not just about being combative or just telling a woman no because we're trying to humble her, you know, to make her put her in her place and all that other shit. Or, this is my opportunity. You know, a lot of you cats never even been in a situation to tell a woman no, right? So you listen to us talk and then you finally find yourself in a situation where you get to tell a woman no. And then it's like, this is my opportunity to check a bitch. So I'm going to tell her no and feel like a big man. It has nothing to do with that. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. When you tell a woman no, it has everything to do with your masculine identity. It has everything to do with your program. There has to be a reason. You understand? There has to be a reason. You have to know what your life is like. You got to know what your lifestyle is. Just like Ice-T just said, if this man say, yo, can you take me to the airport? And he looks at the situation and it's like, well, he trying to get to the airport at like 5 a.m. And I know I never wake up that early. I got to say no, but not because I'm just trying to say no. So I could get all in my ego and sound like a big man. But I'm saying no because that shit don't work with my program. You understand? So again, all of these things that we're talking about, some of the most important parts of these things, you have to set your program first. You have to set your identity first. You have to know who you are. And so when you say yes or no, you have a actual reason as to why you're saying that. Because so many of you, the real problem, right? And the reason why we have to even have a show like this is because a lot of you say yes too easily. And you don't really know why you're saying yes either. Because you're not saying yes because it goes with your program or your identity. You're saying yes because you're trying to smash. You're saying yes because you're trying to avoid an argument. You're saying yes because you're afraid of that woman losing you.
Yeah.
Just now, early on in the show, I explained I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. And any woman that I fuck with understands that. So the day comes and passes and I don't hear nothing. And I don't fear losing a woman for that reason.
There you go.
You get what I'm saying? I do these things not because, oh, well, yeah, I just want to say no so I could be different from everybody. No, I say no because I understand exactly why I don't celebrate those days. I understand exactly why I don't do certain things. You understand? Yeah.
And back, no, just real quick. And then I'll pass it right back to you. I just want to say this. And I don't need a singular day to celebrate my woman or to show appreciation.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, look, we have to know why we're doing things, period. A man has to move with purpose. So whether you're saying yes or no, there has to be a real reason behind it that is in line with your masculine identity. That is the point. The point ain't just to say yes to appease a bitch. And the point ain't just to say no so you can humble a bitch. Because then it's never about the bitch.
No,
it's
never.
Female. If I say no, trust me, I have a reason that starts here. And if I say yes, I have a reason that starts here. It's never about her. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we have to learn how to set boundaries early on. And it's and now see the title says set boundaries with women early on. I'm gonna tell you, you know how early on you got to set the boundaries before you even meet the woman. You set the boundaries with yourself. You see what I'm saying? Before you even meet this.
That's facts. You got to know what you're doing. And let me speak. Goddamn. Shout out to Ice-T.
Yeah, shout out to Ice-T.
Let me speak on what he said because let me speak on his mentality or what I believe his mentality is. As a man, you never commit to something you can't do with consistency.
Right. Exactly.
So
that's real. Not. You know what? Please say that shit again.
As a man, you never commit to something you can't do with consistency.
Facts.
And that's the essence of a man.
So
what he's saying is, yes, I'm in a position to do you a favor. I can say yes, and I can commit myself to doing it, but I don't know if I can follow through or not.
Right.
So it's best that I not do it. Yeah, you're going to be upset about it. Maybe you're going to feel some type of way, but you would feel even more fucked up if I committed to it and I was late.
And I let you down.
On the flight.
Exactly.
Right? So it's best that you find another way so we can avoid this mishap. And let me just say this, and it's almost kind of like you're saving them from themselves as well by telling them no. Right? And for women, a lot of guys don't understand what leadership truly means when you have a woman under your wing. When you're dealing with a woman, when you are in a relationship, whether it's a casual relationship, a meaningful relationship, you always have to have your finger on the pulse of what's going on. In this sense, sometimes you got to save women from themselves because they'll have this fantasy in their head about you and them, about what's going on. So sometimes you got to let women know we can't do that. So that way she'll understand whatever fantasy you have about what this might be, it ain't that.
It ain't that.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't that, right? And like a real quick example is this. You fuck a chick the first night you meet her, for instance, or on the first date. You fuck her, she at your crib and she want to spend the night. No, you can't. You got to get up and get the fuck up out of here. No, don't say it like that. Do not say it like that. But you know, you tell her respectfully, you know, that she got to go home. And you have part of you understands that she might feel some type of way, maybe, but there has to be another part of you that says, I don't give a fuck though. I can't worry about that. Right. And what she has to understand is that this is not the appropriate time for us to do this.
Right.
And this is what I want guys to understand. And Miles, we talk about this all the time. Why are you falling asleep around the chick you just met?
Yo.
And what women have to understand is I'm looking out for you too. I don't want to fall asleep around you and I just met you. And I don't think you should want to fall asleep around me. Right. So when you talk about leadership or managing situations, that's part of it. See, a lot of times the woman, she don't look at it as beneficial to her.
Right.
But what you're really doing in many cases, you're keeping her emotions in check. You're making sure that her emotions don't get out of whack. Because if she spends the night, she's gonna think perhaps that is something that it's not. And then later on, you gotta address it later on. No, if I set boundaries now and tell her no now, we ain't gotta address this shit later on.
Right. Exactly.
We're gonna the phone line is open, right?
Yeah, phone line is open. And and not to mention it gives her something to work for.
There you go.
You understand? That takes us into a whole nother realm when we start talking about, the vetting process and all that other stuff. That you got to set boundaries because, the only way for anything to change is with work, time, and patience. You see what I'm saying? So that means if we set the boundaries, right? If she's truly interested in altering the boundaries or, making an addition to the boundaries or something like that, then she gotta prove herself to be worthy of, being able to make those alterations to the boundaries or make additions to the boundaries. You understand? You got to show yourself to be a part of the situation for real. Don't nobody have get no rewards from just passing through on some one night stand shit. So why the fuck am I falling asleep? Why am I telling you yes? Why am I doing all of this shit for you? And I don't know. I don't even really know you. I don't know if you even have my best interest in mind or at heart. Like
there you go. Yeah, and we're dealing with each other on the most basic level. It's like we're playing poker. You put some pussy to the middle of the table, I'll put some dick to the middle of the table. Right there. I'm not giving you more. It's like I'll put some dick and I'll push all of me with it. I got too much on the table.
That's too much on the table. We got 205. You're on live on the Manhood is the Skill Set Show. We got your host K-Zag, and we also got Miles, name 8 City. What's up?
What's going on? Stefan, Birmingham. Here's holding this on my YouTube. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. What's going on?
What up, woman?
What's going on? Listen, man, I'm going to just say this. If you don't set the boundaries, you'll be like me in a situation where you're in a messed up situation. So not setting boundaries and taking on other people's problems with a woman specifically cost me currently $18,000. And let me explain what happened. $18,000. Basically, her at the time her daughter was getting ready to go to school. I had 2 whips. So when I brought her to the crib, she saw the other whip in the garage, and I didn't know her situation like that. So she turns around. Oh, she about to start school and her car's broken down, and she having to pay and do Uber. And I'm, me, instead of just saying no off the back, I'm just quiet on the issue because I don't want to be confrontational. Like you just said.
Real quick. How long you been dealing with the chick?
Oh, you don't even want to know, man. Oh, it's just a red.
No. We want to know. No,
hold on. We want to know because we want it to be a teachable moment for everybody. So go ahead.
Right. So it was about, we'll say about 3 weeks, 4 weeks or a month before the car situation came in. But me and her had been talking. But the entire time she was explaining how.
Brother. How long were you and a woman dealing with each other?
How long did you know the woman before she asked you about using your car or whatever?
It was about a month. It was about a month.
Okay, go ahead. Whew,
yeah,
Lord.
Straight together.
Yeah.
Foolish.
Yeah.
Foolish,
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Just straight foolish.
Yo,
man.
bro. I want to say this. I want to say this to cats. Let me tell you something. You need to keep, and I'm gonna let you continue with your story, my brother, but just give me a second. You need to keep your eyes open. I want you to look up the word called presumptuous. That means somebody thinks that you're an idiot. Somebody they're not assuming, they are assuming before. That's why they call it presumptuous. That means they already got you pegged. That means they looking at you and they seeing you in a certain light, and they know what they can get away with when it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta see the way I move. If a woman asks me for certain things,
Right
I
there.
already know what her true agenda is, and from that point on, I know if I'm gonna just dick her down a couple more times and dismiss her or dismiss her immediately, because certain things a woman should not be asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Within a fucking month. This shout out to fucking Lucario. Shout out to the homie Lucario. This is why in the vetting process, the first 3 months is just dick. Just
Nothing
dick.
else. Nothing
Else. But anyway, caller, go ahead.
No, let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick, caller. Caller, before, hold on, real quick, caller. This is what I want guys to understand. A woman asking you for anything is a red flag, right? Asking you for the only thing she should be asking you for is dick. That's it. And maybe some time so she can get some dick. Beyond that, she should not be asking you for nothing else. Because I want guys to understand something. If a woman, listen to what I'm telling you. If a woman wants more than dick, she must invest more than pussy. Okay, let me say that shit again. If a woman wants more than dick, she must invest more than pussy. Period. For an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
not no 60 days or 30 days, nigga. But go ahead, caller. You got it.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. And thank you for letting us know. So a month in, you knew her for a month, and then another couple weeks.
She come with the cup on the interstate story of, we can't afford Uber no more, and she got to go to school, blah blah blah. Long story short, let her use the car. Then time passes, so I was like, hey, how
you
much
let her use your
Say it again.
No, go ahead, caller, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. So time passes, and I'll be, if the I think she said a car got fixed, and I said, okay, hey, well, since she down at the university, I was like, hey, I want my car back Friday, and we good. The Wednesday before I was supposed to get my car back, her daughter totaled my car.
God.
That was paid off.
Yeah.
On the interstate. So then guess what all of a sudden happened? Like you said, it's presumptuous. She already knew I was a mark, and this is what happens when you don't have game. And I don't have it. I'm learning, I'm, a little bit by little bit, but I don't have it. So here we are. I'm like, hey, y'all gotta pay for that.
Right.
And, that car's paid off. Y'all gotta pay for that. Oh, now you all of a sudden you want to talk to me no more. So I'm telling if I had this information, and I'm sure it was, if I knew about you guys way before now, I'm telling you guys are literally saving my life. But if I knew this information, because I come from a family of, always be there for other people. And so that BS mentality I'm having to purge of basically putting people before yourself.
Damn.
So hold on real quick before you continue. Hold on real quick before I want to say this, I don't want to forget. So for all you hating ass niggas that are always coming to our channels talking about it's all about looks, money, and all of that, do y'all see how dumb y'all sound when the shit that the caller has going on has nothing to do with any of that? The problem with a lot of people who consume our shit, who aren't real supporters, they're so fixated and focused on pussy. We're teaching you niggas it's deeper than that. You can fuck up your life fucking with the wrong bitches.
Facts.
Go ahead, caller.
$18,000, man. I mean, I'm serious. And so what I'm getting to, the reason I'm giving you this specific amount is because now I'm having to sue. So now I'm in a whole other, now you got everybody, when you sue people, that stuff is public record. It's only certain specific things they'll put under seal, and it got to be something really serious like to do with a child or something. Other than that, everything is public. So now you got the whole world knowing that at one point in my life, I was a simp. And you understand what I'm saying?
Damn, bro.
What I'm getting at is thank God for, situations like what you guys got where you're able to teach. Because I'm telling you, if I had you guys mentoring me from 18 on, Lord, it's no telling where I would be. And man, I'm telling you, you guys have changed people's lives. I just needed this information, months ago. But I know it now.
Right.
So now I'm gonna set the boundaries from the beginning.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, now when I approach women, any kind of resistance is an automatic no. And like I don't even have to waste time.
Exactly.
So man, I needed this. So salute to you guys.
Call it real quick. I'm gonna tell you how deep the game go. I'm gonna give you a scenario. So let's say you've been fucking a chick for 30 days. If she on the side of the road and her tire flat and she call you, you gotta tell her no. You gotta tell her no. And the reason why you gotta tell her no, it's not because you got a problem changing the tire and you don't know how to do it. It's if I do it, she's gonna think she can call me for every emergency. She's gonna think that I'm that guy. Hey, I gotta move next month, and I really can't afford movers. So now you're that guy, right? Right. So you gotta tell her no, and it's not about being mean or you can fuck on me, but you can't help me. No, bitch, I can't help you, bitch, because I gotta protect you from yourself. I gotta protect you from thinking I'm that nigga you can call for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm either gonna tell you no or I'm gonna tell you no later, right? But it makes sense for me to tell you no now because if you got a problem with it and you don't want to fuck with me no more, let's get it over with now. Let's do it now. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
If I would have said no, then I'm telling you, that's why I realized how deep this goes. Like you said, because getting to the box is the easiest thing, man. Like it's how they're gonna respond to you with certain situations. So like you said, it always falls back to the man. The woman is the reflection of the man. Shout out to Lucario. So if she's able to run game on me, as you said, presuming that I'm an idiot, she got it right.
Right.
Because she was able to do it, and now I'm in this unnecessary legal battle over me not saying no and setting a boundary. So shout out. This is a much needed topic, man.
Yes, sir.
So let me, my bad. I think there's a delay. I appreciate you, caller.
Yes, sir.
All right, yes, sir. All right, y'all take care.
All right, take care. All right, yeah. Go ahead, Zach.
No, I just want to say, me, if I don't have no problem changing the tire if it's my girl. You know what I'm saying? I'll say, hey, I'm on my way, baby. I got you. You know what I'm saying? If it's my wife and we live together, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, if she need my car because our car is acting funny, hey, go ahead and take my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's different. I want to be clear. The setting of boundaries is also about the particular role a woman plays in your life. Okay? Depending on the role a woman plays in your life, there should be only but so much access she gets to you.
Facts.
Right? So a chick I'm fucking, I'm not going to do the same thing for her as I would my girlfriend. It ain't fucking happening. You're not my girlfriend. Guys, there has to be a clear distinction in what your woman gets versus what a woman you're casually dating gets. The problem with a lot of you guys, when y'all meet women, y'all give women everything. It don't matter who the bitch is. It don't matter what role she plays in your life. The minute you start fucking her, it's like, girl, you can have it all. Right? Y'all literally, like Elle says, y'all roll out the red carpet for these chicks and give them all types of access to you. No, bitch. Right? It's kind of like if you're talking about like a membership, maybe bronze, silver, and platinum, right? We'll say that, right? Or bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, right? I'm not giving a chick in the bronze category platinum treatment. It ain't fucking happening.
Exactly.
You got to work your way up to that. Okay. And the reality of it is, ladies, y'all are kind of like sperm. Not all of y'all are going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Not all of y'all are going to make it. You know what I'm saying? It's but a few. It's but a few. Guys, if you can count on more than one hand how many chicks, made it to the place that most of them want to get to with you, you're fucking up. There's too many bitches.
I just want to point something out real quick. I want y'all to notice that I called out presumption before homie said it.
Yep.
I stopped him and I was like, yo, I want you, like, I saw the entire situation, and that, because as he continued with the story, he was like, yup, this is when she realized that I was a mark. This is when she presumed the type of nigga that I was, and she knew that I would say yes. That's why she asked me. Let me tell you something. Notice that women don't approach men. You want to know the reason why women don't approach men? Because women only truly ask questions that they know you're going to say yes to. Why when you say no to a bitch, she gets so fucking upset because she already assumed that you was going to say yes. That's why she asked.
Exactly.
Women don't ask questions. If men, we live life and we got to go hunt and we got to get it by whatever means. And we play the numbers game and we play chances and probabilities all the fucking time. So sometimes we go hear yes. Sometimes we go hear no. And if we hear too many no's, then we fucking build it ourselves. And that's what it is. But women usually only ask questions that they know that they're going to hear yes to.
Yep.
So when they fucking hear no, that's why they get so bent out of fucking shape. That's why they get so mad. That's why they get so quote unquote emotional.
Yep.
Because they had it in their mind that they was gonna hear yes. So that's why chicks don't approach men generally.
Exactly.
They can't stand here.
Yep. Exactly. And not only that, but generally speaking, women know who they can ask certain shit of and who they can't.
Yep.
They know. And here's the funny thing, and I said this about women and about respect. Just because a woman doesn't respect you doesn't mean she's going to blatantly show you disrespect to your face. See, a lot of times when we talk about only deal with women that respect you, a lot of you guys, you're only focusing on what she does to your face. Like, oh, she ain't yelling, she ain't screaming, she's not being disrespectful. The fact that she's even asking that man that is disrespectful.
Yo, exactly.
It's disrespectful.
A month you asking
me is mad disrespectful.
That's crazy.
Because this is how you know it's so fucked up. She already knew if his shit get fucked up, I'm not gonna pay for it. He's just gonna be asked to fuck out. What he gonna do about it?
Fuck out.
Right?
And I bet you her dog ain't even know how to drive like that. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Go ahead. And that's even more disrespectful. The unmitigated gall, the audacity of that bitch to let somebody else drive the car. She's literally saying, "Hey, I got this dumb nigga's car. Who needs to go to the store with it next?" And she, and I'm like, "Me, give me the keys. Hey, you're tired. You take the keys. You got everybody in your car, nigga. They fucking in your car, smoking in your car, drinking in your car. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what else they doing? You got niggas jacking off, you know what I'm saying? The newspapers in your shit, nigga. People just in your shit, misusing your shit.
Yo, that shit is crazy.
Like, and the caller, I'm glad you called in.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, what was you thinking?
A month. Hey, let me tell y'all something, bro. And this is why I behave and I do the things that I do with women, especially with single mothers.
Yeah.
Or women who have children. Because any woman a month in, a couple of months in, 5-6 months in, any woman that just automatically expects you to provide for her child as if you wasn't there, she couldn't provide for her child on her own, that is a red fucking flag.
Yeah, bro. That's
a woman with children out here on a dating scene should not want to even show you a picture of her child until we like 12 months into the fucking dating.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And Mal, let me add this. Okay, and women, I need y'all to understand this. I'm giving you some game because if you're dealing with a nigga who ain't got no game, he ain't gonna care. A man with standards is gonna pick up on certain things, like Miles is saying. This is my thing with women. When you have kids, you need to be very protective.
Very protective
of these men, especially with daughters. You need to be really, really, really on point. So you should, if a man is asking you the name of your kid, you should be like, nigga, what you need to know the names for? like women. If a man, so what are your kids' names? What do you need to know the names for? Like, what they got to do with you? Like, your antennas need to peak up. Your antennas need to be picking up. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, because niggas shouldn't be niggas. If niggas are too inquisitive about your kids and asking shit about them, that's not. And I'm not saying that this in all cases. There are exceptions, but to me, that's some weirdo shit. That's how I look at it. Because I'm not asking no shit about our kids. Bro, I don't want to talk about our kids. I don't want to meet them little crumb snatchers. None of that shit. And I don't want her talking about them excessively either.
Yo, I don't meet kids until a year plus in, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't fuck with kids until a year plus in, and that's if it's necessary for me to even meet them. Because if it ain't even necessary, then there's no point. You get what I'm saying, guys? Yeah. And so this is why I tell niggas like when I don't want to date single moms. It's not the single moms that you dating. You dating low class bitches. Any bitch that want you to fucking provide for her child just because y'all fucking or just because y'all dating and you only known each other for a few weeks, a few months, and she telling you, oh well, we're a package deal and you need to pay for this and you need to pay for that. What? What is up with you? What's up with you? And your fucking ghetto ass mentality. What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't owe your children nothing. Because when I get pussy, you get dick. Yeah. So all that shit is out the fucking window. If you're not fucking with a woman who's organized, who got some fucking class about her, and who is super protective of her children, that's when you leave her the fuck alone. Or that's when you just use it for recreational fucking purposes. Because any one of these chicks with kids who act like that, talking about, oh, well, you need to pay this and you need to fuck out of here, you ghetto ass bitch. I don't fuck with you.
Miles, I'm glad you made a point. You said classy. See, this is what guys need to understand. A woman being a classy woman has nothing to do with whether or not she has a kid or not, right? But there are a lot of classless chicks who have kids, just like there are classless chicks who don't have kids.
Right.
The moral of the story is deal with classy women.
Period.
Okay? So a lot of guys, when they get online and they talk about single mothers and all of that, my thing is the shit that you're saying, you're describing a woman who's classless.
Exactly.
So why are we dealing with classless bitches, right? See, if you deal with a classy woman, as I alluded to earlier, she's not going to have you around her kids. Like, bro, we've gotten call-in shows where guys have been dealing with chicks for like a couple weeks, and the guy is at her crib, sitting on her couch, and the kids are in the living room with him. After a couple of weeks, and then they go to the bedroom and fuck with the kids there. I'm like, number one, you a classless Negro, right? And the chick is classless. All y'all are classless, right? Because my thing is, bro, a chick can't get me to her house and the kids are right there. I'm not doing that. Even if they sleeping, I'm like, no. Hey, when they're with their father or when they with whoever else, you want me to come through. If not, you need to be over here at my spot.
Right.
Because I don't have the same situation you got going on. And let me just say this real quick. I'm gonna say this because I see people trying to compare single fathers and single mothers all the time. You can't. And I'm gonna tell you the fundamental reason why you can never compare. The majority of women are custodial parents. They have the kids. So if the father isn't in the kid's life, they are at the mercy of who wants to watch them little motherfuckers, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times women always got their kids. Most fathers are not custodial parents. So they literally might have their kids, a couple times out of the month, every weekend or every other weekend. So they got way more free time to do shit, right? So they typically don't have that problem. But the point I want to make is, guys, when you're dealing with women, make sure that shit is exactly how you like it to be.
Facts.
Not out of convenience. See, it's convenient to go fuck a chick with her kids there because she's ready to fuck now. And you're like, shit, I'm there. No. Right. As a man, sometimes you got to forego shit because it's convenient. Right? Right. You're taking shortcuts as a man. Right? Don't always do shit simply because it's convenient. Right, but we got another clip. Miles, we good on calls?
Yeah, we're good on calls right now. Guys, call in 919-647-9392, 919-647-9392. Free call-in show. Go ahead and call in, guys.
Okay, also, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. And again, what are we talking about? Set boundaries with women early on. So we're gonna speak to this.
If a man is not answering your calls, he ain't available, he busy during the nighttime, bitch, he got somebody else, and he really don't want you.
Sometimes we like you, but not like that. You qualify for a job, but not that job. We'll use your body, but you don't qualify to be a wife or even a girl. We won't put the stamp and want the whole world to know you represent us. Because women do the same thing in different ways. Some men are good for company. You could take me to dinner. Sure, if I'm bored, my girl's canceled. But now you can't be my man. So don't feel bad like, oh, that's fucked up. You're all playing the same game on a different team.
Facts.
Okay, so So now that's real shit. But let me say this about something that she said. She said, if you call him at night, you probably got another girl. No, bitch, it's not about another girl. You haven't earned the right to call me when you want.
Exactly.
See, this is what some women don't understand. And I'm not saying that this is the case with all women. Some women are not used to men setting boundaries. So what happens is a lot of women, they get the false impression that the reason why a man is not available is because he's fucking all of these chicks.
Right.
I mean, and he could be fucking a lot of chicks, but that's not why. Right? You could be calling me and I'm looking at my phone. I'm at home in the bed by myself. And I'm seeing you call me and I don't want to talk to that bitch right now.
I don't want to talk.
Right? And it's not because I'm with another woman. It's because you haven't earned the right to call me when you want. Again, I said this earlier about women having access to you. Right? Sometimes you got to be like basic television. You can't be cable. Like you can't, like I'm basic TV, but you ain't got no access to HBO yet. You know what I'm saying? Just watch the regular news channels in your area. Right? If you want HBO, if you want Cinemax and all that other shit, you got to invest a little bit more to get the other channels. Right? Sometimes y'all got to be basic television. Like, don't give them, just because you're interested in a woman, she's interested in you, y'all are fucking or you want to fuck, don't automatically just give them unabated access to you. Like, girl, you can text me whenever you want, call me whenever you want. No, you can't. I'm not saying you can't call me, but I can't. Look, guys, if I just met a chick a few days ago, and let's say we got a date set, she can't call me at 1 o'clock in the morning, and we ain't been on a date yet.
Right.
She can't call me at 1 o'clock. We haven't established that type of situation yet. She can't. See, most guys be like, oh, she want to fuck. No, she can't. To me, it's not about whether she wants to fuck or not. If I answer her call, she's going to think she can do that over and over. She's going to think 1 o'clock is going to be 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Next time. I can't have her thinking that that's going to be the new norm. So when we talk about set boundaries with women early on, the only time there's going to be something that's a new norm is if it's something that I set in play. I set it in motion. So an example, real quick, Miles, is for the first 3 months, 4 months, maybe even 5 months, sometimes even longer. If I'm just fucking a chick, and then, just throughout fucking her, we're dealing with each other, we're talking to each other, so we're getting to know a little bit more about each other, a little bit here and there. And let's say one day I say, you know what, she cool than the motherfucker. She ain't never gave me no problems. She always on point. You know what? The next time she calls for some dick, I'm gonna tell her to meet me at this spot. We're gonna grab a drink, then we're gonna come back and fuck. Right? So once I introduce the drink thing, I'm not committing to that unless I can be consistent with that. Right? So my thing is, if I know that I can't be consistent with the introduction of introducing her to my non-sexual time and attention, I'm never gonna introduce it. But I'm introducing it because if it becomes the new norm, it's because I set it in motion, not because she requested it or she asked for it or she just did something and I just gave it to her. No, I set it in motion at the appropriate time.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Mike. You want to speak to the video?
No. I'm just saying, like, you have to. Again, it's about the design of your lifestyle and your program, and that's the part that so many dudes don't have. It's like, and I used to be like this too. This is why I know. I used to, when I was younger, I was looking for a woman to like, for me to set my schedule around. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, once I get a girl, I'm a spend all my time with the girl, and I'm a do whatever I need to do to spend more time around her, and so I could take her out and be this to her and be that for her, and so on and so forth. But when you start having those type of thoughts, it's very idiotic, because you're talking in your mind, you're talking about someone you haven't met yet. And the problem with so many men is that we put all this value on women, right? Just because they are, they're beautiful to us. So we think that we're it's automatic that we want to do all those things for them. So the next woman we meet, we just we want to lavish her with all of that time and access. And we want to schedule things around her. And we want to give her this and give her that and do this for her and do all that for her because she's just so beautiful. And she makes me feel, oh my God, it's so great. You get what I'm saying? Not realizing that that's the dumbest shit in the world because she's a stranger, bro.
Exactly.
She's a regular fucking human being. Yeah, she might be pretty, she might be cute, she might be attractive, but what has she done to earn all of these things that you trying to do?
Exactly. And Miles, ultimately, all you're doing is keeping drama out of the situation.
That's it.
Ultimately, you're keeping drama. It's not about, fuck that bitch. She can't get this. She can't. It's not about that. It's about, I have a certain way that I move. I have a certain way that I've designed my life to be peaceful, tranquil, joyous, right? I have a certain way that my life is designed. So if I want my life to stay this way and I'm dealing with new people and I'm inviting people into my life, I have to be mindful about how I move. So they understand you can't come into my world and just say and do what you want. You can't disrupt my shit. Right? So I have to keep you at bay. Now, because I'm being mean, I have to keep you at bay because you have to earn your way further into the depths of my life. You have to earn your way. You just don't get in. I just don't open the door. Come on in. No, right. You got to earn your way. Right? So there's something that the guy said, and I want to point to that in the last clip that we saw. He was like talking about, you qualify for a role, but not the role.
Yeah. You qualify.
I want guys. Yeah, I want guys, and it's cool that he said that. The problem that I have with a lot of guys, but you don't act like that.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
You're dealing with these women. See, you can't say on one hand, you don't qualify. You qualify for a role, but you don't qualify for the role. But yet you're treating her like she's gonna get the role, right? So what you're saying about what role a woman has to qualify for and all that. That has to come out in your interactions. So if she's qualified for a role and not the role, why the fuck are you spending the night with her then? Why the fuck are you sharing meals with her, having an intimate evening at your place or her place, sharing a meal, watching movies together? Because that's something you would do for a woman that you believe is qualified for the role. So why are you doing it with a woman who's qualified for a role, right? This is where guys, again, set boundaries with women early on. It behooves you. It's in your best interest, and even in the woman's best interest, that if she only qualifies to be in your life casually as a fuck buddy, treat her like that. The only time you guys should be on the phone talking is either one or two occasions. If she's calling you and she's telling you, damn, you fucked the shit out of me, I love that shit, I can't wait to do it again, or you guys are setting up a sexual rendezvous. Mm-hmm. If she isn't patting you on your back saying, "Ooh, you handle that," right? Because sometimes the women will call you and talk a little shit about what you just did to them, right? If it ain't that, or if it ain't her setting up a sexual rendezvous, why is she calling you? If she's your fuck buddy, right? Why is she calling you? If it's just that, why are you calling her? So if you're texting, calling, it should be to set up a sexual rendezvous. Period. Yes. Right? You shouldn't be watching TV and movies together and eating. And a lot of people, they think, what's wrong with that? And in a perfect world, what's wrong with that? We just spending some time together kicking it. The problem is unfortunately, there are women who think they're more important than what they really are in your life because of what you're introducing. Right? And all you're doing is you're saving women from themselves, but also you're keeping drama out of your life because when you introduce shit to women and you really don't like the woman like that, and then after a while, when you get tired of fucking her, 2, 3, 4 months later, you say, you know what? I don't want her to spend the night no more. I don't really want to watch movies with her no more. I'm kind of, and then in the moment you try and tell her she can't spend the night no more, bro, you're gonna have a problem. But go ahead. If y'all got a question, put a Q in the chat followed by your question.
Now that's exactly how it works, and guys got to be careful. And because it's like you said before, you are avoiding unnecessary drama. You understand? And that's the part that so many guys don't really understand. They don't with drama. What you mean? But that's what I'm saying. When you with women, man, it's difficult to go back the other direction. You can only go in one direction with a woman, and you don't want to paint yourself into a corner. You understand? Like, so when I say paint yourself into a corner, I want you to visualize a guy that is painting a floor, right? Like maybe think about if it's like a hardwood floor and he's painting it with polyurethane or something like that. And instead of painting from the corner to the door, he started painting from the door back to the corner. And you can't step on the paint. So the more that you do is the more you paint in the room. So now you have less and less space to stand up. So the more you do for a woman, right? The more you let her spend the night, take showers, buy flowers, do all of that romantic shit. Anything that you do for her, let her borrow your car, pick her up from work, tell her you love her, anything.
Yeah.
Once you don't do it, or once you forget to do it, or once you stop doing it, or decide not to do it, or whatever the fuck it is, there's going to be some question. There's always going to be some, oh, what's the matter? What do you mean, what's the matter? Well, you usually do this and you usually do that. What's the matter? Oh, I just didn't feel like doing it. What happened? So you don't love me no more? I don't matter to you? Why did you? But I just didn't. So what do you mean? What are you trying to, what are you saying to me? And then in your mind as a man, and I swear a lot of this shit could be super like innocuous. Like you ain't thinking about it. You ain't trying to, it ain't nothing to you. Maybe one day you was driving home and a fucking flower truck fell over and the flower guy was like, hey man, the flower truck fell over. These ain't no good no more. You could take a bunch of them and bring them home if you want to. Right. So that one day you got the flowers from the flower man and the truck fell over or whatever. And you bring those flowers home to your girl. And let's just say it's a Friday. What the fuck you think she's going to be looking for next Friday? Next Friday, you come home with nothing in your hands. And she's going to be like, oh, what's the matter, hon? You be like, nothing's the matter. What happened? She's like, well, are you mad at me? And you're looking at her like, no, I'm not mad at you. I'm all, everything's good. What's the matter? What are you talking about? Well, you came home with flowers the other day, and I just thought you were gonna bring home flowers again today because it's Friday. And then you looking at her like, I told you it fell off a truck.
But in her mind,
that was a one-time thing. It fell off the truck. What do you want? But in her, like you said, in her mind, it is now something that she is accustomed to.
Exactly.
It is something that she is used to. So there you go, just being innocent, saying, "Oh, look at these beautiful flowers that fell off the truck. They're just gonna throw them away. So let me bring them home to my lady." Now, I want flowers every fucking Friday now, and if you don't bring them, it means you don't love me.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it becomes a thing. And this is why, and it goes back to what I was talking about, the Ice-T clip, that don't commit to something you can't consistently do.
Exactly.
And it's fucked up in one sense, because I'm like, I just want to do something nice for her every now and again. But it's like, but she's a woman. Fuck. If I do it, it's gonna become an expectation. So that's why you got to be careful. And I'm not saying don't do nothing nice for the women in your life, but just be mindful.
Yeah, be strategic.
Of what you're introducing. Because here's the thing, right? So an example would be like a trip. Like women are reasonable, right? So if you're taking a trip out of the country and when a woman been with you for a while, she's gonna know that that's not gonna be an every month thing, right? She's realistic. Now, here's the funny part. But if you did that right away, though, if you did it within the first month of knowing her, she's gonna expect it more often because you did it so soon. But if you make a woman wait for a while, she's gonna understand that the thing she's getting has a lot to do with the fact that she had to wait. Right? So there's a different mindset or reasoning within her mind as, I know that this type of trip to the Bahamas, this shit ain't gonna happen every month, maybe once or twice a year, if that. So she's realistic, but something like flowers are what? They cheap. You know what I'm saying? So to her, she's like, this is something you can do. You can easily just go to the store and get some flowers. Every grocery store has them, right? So it's kind of like this, and I'll use this extreme example. It's kind of like, let's say you do 3 dates with a woman, 3 consecutive Fridays, you do a date. Let's say the first 2 Fridays, you send a limo to pick her up with her favorite bouquet of flowers in the back, right? And then the 3rd date, you show up in your Toyota Corolla. Nothing wrong with Toyota Corollas. I'm just saying Toyota Corolla. You just show up. When you pull up in her horn, she's going to look at it. She's going to be like, you're going to see probably disappointment because where's the limo?
Where's the limo?
Where's the limo? And then she gets in the car and there's no flowers. What the fuck? So in your mind as a man, you might be thinking, she has to understand that I can't do this all the time. Right. But you did it twice in a row. So in her mind, she's not thinking he can't do this all the time. In her mind, now she has an expectation. So and here's the thing. Let's say the Toyota Corolla was a Ferrari. It would be different. She would be like, this is not a limo, but because it's a Toyota Corolla, the disappointment of not going out on a date in style.
Yeah.
In style. This is why you got to be careful what you introduce to women, because they're like kids. Women, I'm sorry, I got to use kids, because they get spoiled. It's kind of like if you let your kids eat a box of nerd candy in the morning.
Right.
Dad, I want breakfast. You know what? I don't feel like cooking. Here, eat a box of nerds. The next morning, they're going to be looking for, Daddy, can I have some candy? Because and it's just that one time you did it. But in their mind, it's automatically the new norm because you said yes. That's all it takes. That's why you have to say no. Set boundaries with women early on. Guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat, followed by your question. Call in number 919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. And there's nothing wrong with Toyota Corolla. I'm just saying.
Now, it's one of the best-selling cars, you know. Yeah. But I'll say this too, man. And with that being said, that's exactly why you have to really remember your position as the leader. You have to remember your position to pick and choose, like I said, strategically, what you introduce and how you introduce it. And, you know, you got to move a certain way with your woman and with the women that you deal with. You have to. You can't give them nothing too early. You got to make them work for shit. And then the things that you choose to do, nice things for them or whatever it is, you got to be strategic. And sometimes too, a part of the strategy is letting her know exactly why. You understand? Like, look, I've been seeing that you've been really attentive. You've been helping me out with the business. You know, this whole month has been ridiculous, and we actually had the best month we've had in a long time. And I think that has a lot to do with you. So listen, I'm gonna take you out to dinner, and then tomorrow I'm gonna give you a whole spa day. You ain't even gotta fuck with the kids. I'm gonna take care of the kids. You go have a full spa day, and we going to dinner tonight. And I just wanted to do that for you for that reason. You understand? I wanted to do that for you for that reason. You don't just do it and act like, oh, well, this is the norm. Every Saturday, I'm going to just send you to the spa and blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't do it like that. You strategically let her know, hey, you know, this is what it is. And this is why I'm doing it. So again, this is why you have to get used to the idea of having a woman work for certain things.
Yes. And not only that, Miles, it incentivizes her to know that he's doing this because I've been holding him down. I've been on point, and he's noticed that. Yeah. So now that makes her want to continue to do that. Because here's the thing: I want guys to understand. When you have a woman, there you go. When you have a woman in your life who actually gives a fuck about you, she wants to be of service to you.
Exactly.
She wants to be of service. See, guys, peep game. The reason why a lot of women complain on the internet and they're like, I'm done fucking with broke niggas. I ain't fucking these niggas, this and that. It's because they were that girl. They were providing the service they were doing for that man. And that man fucked them over. That man did something. Cheated on them, treated them badly, or something. Guys, it's in a woman's nature to be of service to a man that she respects, admires, and she has submitted to. It's she wants to do it. So if you're dealing with a woman who's not doing it, chances are she doesn't respect you like that. I'm telling you, chances are she doesn't respect you like that, because it's in a woman's nature to want to do it, right? So if you're just fucking a woman, that's one thing. But even in the case of you fucking a woman, well, over time, a woman can still see the value in you. She can still respect you. She can still kind of peep, even when she's just getting a peek behind the curtain, she can still peep that this man has value. So she's like, you know what? I want to be a part of that. I want to come into this man's world, and I want to offer something to this man because I see the value in fucking with him. So I want to reciprocate the same value. I'm going to be of service to him, right? If he needs my help, I'll ask. Hey, you need me to do anything? I got you. Just let me know. So she's making herself available to be of service. And if you've never experienced that, you have never truly experienced a woman that was about you, right? About you. And you shouldn't be experiencing that simply because you're spending a lot of money on a woman. No, you should be experiencing that just because the woman is feeling you, the man. She wants to be a part of your situation.
Right.
So we got some questions now. Let's go ahead and get to it. So he says, how can a woman show investment in a man besides 100% cooperation? Well, bruh, that's part of your masculine identity. Shout out Miles, right? You have to know, guys, you have to know who you are as a man, right? Part of setting boundaries with women is directly correlated to who you are. The way Miles set his boundaries is different from me. We might have some similarities with the boundaries, but we're uniquely different men. So he's going to do shit differently. Maybe his timeline is different, right? But I guarantee you, this is a man with boundaries. See, as a man, you can have boundaries, but they might differ from other guys because once our tolerance levels are different, our levels of patience is different, all these different types of things, right? So all of that factors into it. So as a man, you have to decide for yourself what that looks like.
Yeah.
When a woman is showing investment. I'll just tell you like this, and I've been saying this, sex is the lowest form of investment anyone can make.
Yeah.
It's the lowest form of investment. It don't require nothing to get naked and fuck, right? It don't take nothing, right? So it ain't no big deal to fuck. So when you talk about a woman investing, if a woman is investing more than her body, right? If she's investing more than sex to the situation, you got to ask yourself, what does that look like to you? And if she wanted a bigger role in your life and you were down to explore that, you have to ask yourself, has she done enough to this point? To this point, has she done enough to this point for me to even really consider it? But Maj, you got to.
Yeah. You gotta design your life, Eli. And for stuff like that, you might want to get some coaching. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get some coaching. For me, you could come over to masculineidentity.com and get yourself some coaching. You could be a part of the Monday night masterclass that we do 11 p.m. every Monday. And that is a recurring part of the membership. So, if y'all want to be a part of that, by all means, I suggest you do. Because some of these questions it's like, you got to remember, guys, we talk about game, but we can't tell you exactly what to do for your own life. You still got to make the choice as your own.
Exactly.
You understand? That's why it's called a masculine identity. It's not called masculine customs and traditions. It's called masculine identity, meaning that we making room for each individual man and what he got going on for his life and the decisions that he want to make based on his lifestyle choices and his values. You understand? That's your identity. All of these things mean that you're going to be a different man than me. So we can't tell you what it means. You got to look at your life and see what that woman could do for you.
Exactly. And you got to make your own way, right? This is why, guys. Look, let me just say this, guys. Sex is great. It feels good. I admit it. I've had it myself. It's wonderful to have sex.
You said
I get it, but your life and the self-care that you have for yourself is so much bigger than busting a nut with a woman, right? So the key is to enjoy sex on your terms,
right?
Where you don't have to compromise yourself to get it. Okay, listen to what I'm telling you. The key is to enjoy sex on your terms or enjoy dealing with women in whatever capacity. If you want a relationship, if you want a family, you want to be married, it's so you can enjoy these things, right, on your terms, right? So that way you don't compromise yourself, right? You don't sacrifice things and you don't disrespect yourself in order to have it. That's the whole point. So when we talk about not compromising yourself, dealing with women strictly on your terms and things of that nature, that's the manhood part of it, right? Just having sex has nothing to do with manhood, right? It's everything you do surrounding the sex, in and around the sex. That's where the manhood part or the foundation of what it means to be a man comes in at. The problem with a lot of these PUAs is they don't teach manhood shit. And this is how they cloak their bullshit and manhood shit. They'll use words like dominant man. I have to demonstrate value, right? So those are like trigger words for what they think manhood is, right? But no, how you act and how you conduct yourself. That's it. That speaks volumes of the character you have as a man. That speaks volumes, right? And how you go about pursuing women, right? How you go about begging for pussy, sweating women, trying to convince women to fuck with you, letting women disrespect you, but yet you still offering dates, right? The way you're moving shows that you're not immersed in what it means to be a man. You're not immersed in your masculine identity as a man. You're not, because you're too focused on just fucking. And fucking is cool. Like I said, guys, I admit I'm not a virgin. I've actually had sex before, and it's wonderful. It's great. You should experience it sometime. But on your terms, it feels even better when it's on your terms. It hits different when it's on your terms. I'm just saying. Okay, real quick. We got some more questions, Miles.
Guys, call in 919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. Guys, call in.
Oh, nigga, that's not a question, bro. I mean, that's the nigga. Yes, I heard of Patrice O'Neal. Yeah, bro. Yes. He definitely has some gems. I'm not even gonna hold you. Especially the joint about you still got to show the woman you can fish.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that's true. Yeah. Okay, and let me. I think that's a delay. Hold on, Miles. Say something real quick, brother.
23123
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So we straight now. So and let me just speak to that about the whole showing a woman you can fish. And I think myself, 50, and Steve, we may have talked about this last week. But guys, whether you are in a monogamous relationship or not, your woman should always feel like at any given moment her space is her spot is not solidified. That if she fuck up, that not only can she be gone, but she can also be replaced as far as another woman who's getting your attention. Not necessarily in her role, right? So a woman should always know that you're that guy. Like women still find you attractive. You can still pull chicks. You don't want to be in a relationship with a woman and she thinks she's the only woman who wants you. You don't want to be in that situation where a woman thinks that you really can't get chicks like that and she's really the only woman that will have you, right? You do not want your woman thinking that of you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that, right? So South Africa says, when leading and setting boundaries, is it necessary to reemphasize those boundaries over time or you allow free will? Guys, the setting of boundaries isn't always verbal. The setting of boundaries is not always verbal. It's not like you're going to have a handbook when you meet a bitch. Hold on real quick. Let me show y'all. You're going to have a handbook. And you're like, look, bitch, in chapter 3, paragraph 6.5, it says, don't call me past 10, right? So this is in my handbook of boundaries, all right? No, you don't. It's not about having a list of things that you're going to tell women. It's not about that, right? It's your actions speak volumes. Like, I'll give you an example. When you have women come over and you dick them down, right? You send them home. You don't sit there and say to yourself, I hope she leaves on her own. No, nigga, you make it clear. You know what I'm saying? Without being rude, right? You make it clear that, hey, baby girl, it's time for you to go home, right? That's setting a boundary right there. Because she knows. And then all you got to do, and then what happens over time is she goes home on her own because she sees that that's what's happening with y'all. But go ahead now. My bad.
Yeah. So you never allow free will fully, right? You allow free will within the boundaries. You see, if you have to re-emphasize boundaries, that possibly means you never establish them clearly in the beginning. That's really what that means. Because I would rather you call in and give me an example of what you're talking about. But I need to know what you really mean by to re-emphasize boundaries. Now, if your woman made a mistake, or she misunderstood something, or maybe she's acting out of pocket, then you to re-emphasize the boundaries, I guess, or check her or let her know that what she's doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't realize that before. But you're always, I'll say this, the vetting process never ends, really. You understand? Because life is always lifing, right? Life is going to bring new things to you. And you and your girl, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you and your girl's going to have to deal with how to negotiate and navigate those things. And you, as a leader, you're going to have to come up with the final say of how to navigate and negotiate. You know what I'm saying? And then she has to trust in your leadership. So things are going to happen later on in life where it may not be a re-emphasis of boundaries, but it may be maybe things have to be revisited because of new information. You get what I'm saying? But you gotta do the best job that you can do to emphasize the boundaries in the first place. Like, things have to be set. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you are asking this question based on experience, I'd like to know what the specific example is. So guys, call in 919-647-9392, 919-647-9392. Go ahead and call in.
So let me also say this real quick, and I want guys to understand there's going to be moments where you have to provide clarity to women.
Right.
I would caution against explaining yourself. Never explain yourself to anybody. Okay, it's not even just about women, right? But provide clarity where there's confusion, right? So if a woman is confused, now if a woman is asking you something simply because you don't agree with it, you just tell her, "Hey, that's just the way it is." Conversation over. Period. Like, I'm not gonna explain myself to you. Like, she asking you, "So why are you fucking with all these other chicks? How come you just can't stick to one?" Okay, you never explain. You're just like, "Hey, because I said so." That's just the way it is. Like I would never explain why. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to explain why. Chick, just deal with it. Right? Now, let's say for the sake of argument, hypothetically speaking, you haven't been letting a woman spend the night. She's never spent a night. And because you just showed her that that's the way it is. So let's say one day, maybe a couple months into it, she asks you, "Are you ever gonna let me spend the night?" Now, this is what I would tell you. See, most guys, y'all would be afraid to answer that question because y'all like, "Man, if I don't answer this shit right, she ain't gonna want to fuck me no more." Right? A lot of y'all would be like, "What?" And see, to me, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about she gonna know the truth whether she wants to fuck me anymore or not. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman asks me that, for instance, and I know for a fact that I'm never gonna make her my girl, like, she will never get out of the role of fuck buddy. That's it. If I know for a fact, I'm gonna tell her straight up, "Nah, that ain't never gonna happen."
Right.
Just like that. "Nah, that ain't never gonna happen." And if she says why, look, and she says why, "Hey, look, I like the way shit is right now. If how things are right now is no longer suitable for you, then by all means, we can stop."
Right.
I'll be the one that's taking sex off the table. Because basically what I'm telling her is, I'm not gonna explain myself to you. We're not gonna argue about this shit. If it's a problem, we ain't gotta fuck no more. Right? But most guys, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna tap dance around the shit because they want to keep the woman in pocket. They don't want to say anything that's gonna fuck up the opportunity to still have access to the pussy. But when we talk about manhood shit and we talk about set boundaries with women early on, that's exactly what I'm doing. So the setting of boundaries, in some cases, it's going to cause the woman to want to leave you alone. And I need you guys to understand that. And let me just say this, guys, some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but I gotta tell you the truth. The more ganged up you are, the more you are in tune with your masculine identity. Shout out Miles. Your dating pool is gonna shrink. Okay? Your dating pool is gonna shrink. And what I mean by that is, yes, you can still fuck with bitches, but it's not gonna be about the quantity. It's gonna be about the quality. So when I say your dating pool is gonna shrink, what I mean by that is this: there's gonna be a lot of chicks that you could fuck, but because you're not willing to compromise yourself for it, you're not gonna fuck. So that's what I mean by your dating pool is gonna shrink. So all you're doing is you're getting rid of the women who are really unworthy of your time or your dick. You're just getting rid of them, right? Miles, I was having a conversation with one of my clients last night, and I said, you know, in my life, I really don't have any regrets in my life, right? Because I've learned so much, even from when I fucked up, right? So I really don't have any regrets. However, if I would have known what I knew now, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there's a lot of bitches that never would have got to dick. There's a lot of things I never would have fucked, bro.
Real talk.
So for all the women out there that sampled this pipe, there's a lot of y'all that didn't deserve it. But you're welcome. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. Right.
Lucky.
So sometimes when you get gained up and you grow and you evolve, you're like, and you look at shit completely different, you're like, oh, there's a lot of bitches that didn't deserve this dick. God damn it. so moving forward now, you're more cognizant of it because you're only fucking with bitches that's worthy. So, and what I mean by that is this: if a woman doesn't want to deal with me on my terms, she's unworthy of the dick. I can't even fuck her. Miles, I can't even fuck her. It's not even about a relationship at this point. It's, girl, I can't even give you 30 minutes of pipe. I can't even stroke you down. I can't touch you. Because my thing is this, and this is why, and shout out to you and L, because I know you guys talk about cooperation a lot. Right? And I just want all the YouTubers who are watching, y'all see how I give credit where credit is due? I'm just
facts.
Like,
Real
it's
talk.
okay to let niggas know, hey, yo, because here's the thing. Let me just say this. I'm gonna go off on a side tangent. This is why I'm careful when it comes to how much shit I consume, because a lot of times you can be easily influenced indirectly by shit that you hear. So sometimes you'll say shit because it was some fire shit that you heard somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And you'll kind of incorporate that in your vernacular, or within your talking points, because it's some fire shit. But when you say it, you're like, I know I heard that shit from somewhere. Oh yeah, Miles said that shit. Shout out to Miles, right? So sometimes you say shit just to make sure that people understand, you know, where people got that from. Because in this YouTube space, there's a lot of guys that really don't know how to teach.
Right.
They don't know how to disseminate information in a way where it's palatable or where someone can take it in and learn from it. So what they do is they study other YouTubers and they just take from people. And then they come to YouTube and they craft this persona as if they know what they're talking about. But game recognized game. When you got game, you can hear all the holes in their shit, right? And they're just they're literally plugging plugs and dams with bubblegum. You know what I'm saying? With their words. And shout out to Chrisland. Chrisland, I think it's Chrisland, right? That called y'all show, and he was on some other people's YouTube channel talking, repeating the shit that y'all be saying.
Yep.
And what Chrisland don't understand is when we watch some of these YouTubers, we see you. Just like Miles and L peep how you was moving, we see the same thing in other YouTubers. Yeah, you saying some fly shit, but you heard that somewhere else. Like, and this is what people got to understand. And women are very adept at hearing what you're saying and deciphering the fact that ain't you. Like this is what I mean by that. When you say shit to women and you're constantly hearing women say, does that work on all women? What's probably happening is they think what you're saying is a pickup line.
Right.
Right. So when women think what you're telling them is the pickup line, they don't associate that smoothness with you. They don't associate that with you because they're looking at you like, based on what I've deciphered or ascertained from my brief conversation with you, this doesn't sound like something you would say. Okay, this doesn't so it come off a little like, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there are exceptions where women might say that, and it don't mean that they think like you're not that guy. But in a lot of cases, they don't associate that vernacular with you, right? So a lot of times when you are that guy, they don't even mention it. They're just like, "Oh, you're smooth, I like it," right? They'll say it like that. You're smooth, I like it. Versus, does that work on all girls? It's a whole different type of verbiage that they use.
Mm-hmm.
But we cool with that. Let's go. We good on calls.
Yeah, we're good on calls. Guys, call in. Please don't wait till the end. 919-647-9392. We got about a half hour left. Please call in.
Shout out. He's supposed to be sending the most weird amounts and shit. He'd be like $1.02, $1.17.
Oh,
He just be doing random shit. He's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna type a number on my phone, and whatever number comes up, that's what I'm sending. With the decimal in the right place.
We appreciate it though. That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate it. That $1.23 is gonna pay some taxes on a bag of chips I buy. Appreciate you. So Cash Kid says, can you give 3 fundamental principles of game when it comes? Bro, you need coaching, fam. You need y'all. See, all y'all want free game. Because look, if we sat here and really broke down 3 principles of game or just 3 principles of manhood, we would be here for a minute. We would be here for a minute. Bro, yeah, Miles, if you want to answer that, that's fine. But you need coaching, fam. I'm going to tell you that.
3 principles of the game when it comes to dealing with women. Yeah, that's like a coaching question because what's fundamental to me still may not be fundamental to you, depending on the type of man that you are. So we still got to talk. Because I could kind of tell you, but it's still we would still have to have a conversation. We got another question.
Victor, you don't have any game, but y'all lucky Steve in here. And shout out to Steve. I saw him in the chat earlier.
Okay.
You don't have any game, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why you don't have any game because of the question you asked. Let's revisit what you said. How do you not let rejections ruin your game? If you had game, rejections wouldn't ruin anything. Rejection would be Steve. Steve, what's up, fam? Yeah, bro. First of all, guys, I need you guys to understand something. And I'm gonna say this, and I say it with love. But I gotta provide some constructive criticism for a lot of you men. If rejection bothers you, if rejection stings, mentally, you're very weak. You're mentally fragile. I'm just letting you know. If rejection bothers you, you are mentally fragile, and you don't have what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have a good hold of your emotions. You're mentally fragile, and you don't have a good handle or hold on your emotions. And what I mean by that is this: when someone does something, whether it's disrespectful or not, however you choose to perceive it is a choice. You're making it a choice, right, to let rejection bother you or to feel some type of way. It's a conscious choice. You're making it a choice, right? Because a woman telling me I'm not interested doesn't bother me at all. My mood does not alter because a woman says she's not interested, right? So because I have control over my emotions and I'm mentally strong, I don't even let that type of shit invade my mind, right? Where it impacts me at all, right? But because you made a choice to let it bother you, it shows that women have complete control over your emotions. A woman's yes or no controls you.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, really. Go ahead, now I just want to speak to it.
Yeah, you just gotta have game, man. Honestly, you gotta having game means not letting that type of stuff stop you. You know, having game means believing and having certain level of confidence in yourself so much that another person's rejections don't really mean nothing to you like that. Excuse me. The fact that you even asking the question just, reiterates, where your level of game is, which is not that much. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and let me say this as well, and I want guys to understand. See, a lot of times, well, the majority of the time, if guys really, 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 really pay attention, the shit that we teach you or that we talk about when it comes to your mindset, when you very first approach women and how you deal with women and the setting of boundaries, this is the type of shit that's actually teaching you how to be in position to cultivate healthy long-term relationships.
Mm-hmm.
If you really, really put shit together, right? A lot of this shit, it's a building block to actually cultivating longer-term interactions with women. So let's talk about what he's talking about rejections. If you let a rejection bother you with a woman you just met 2 minutes ago, imagine what's going to happen if you are in a 5-year relationship and that woman breaks up with you.
Man.
Imagine how distraught you're going to be if a woman breaks up with you after 5 years. Or Lord forbid you find out that she cheated on you. You know, you might want to delete yourself, right? And I'm not even being facetious when I say that. If you tell me if you tell me rejection stings, I'm looking at you like, if rejection stings, bro, I don't know if you can handle being in a relationship and a woman cheats on you or leaves you, right? Because when I hear guys say she broke my heart, you're the type of guy where a relationship stings you. I mean, where rejection stings. For you to say a woman can't break my heart, right? A woman can disappoint me. A woman can irritate me and disappoint me. You know what I'm saying? That's about it, right? A woman can disappoint me where I'm looking at her like, it's a goddamn shame. I didn't expect this from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something. And this is some real shit. If you're dealing with a woman who really respects you and admires you, and you tell her to her face, I'm so disappointed in you, that will crush some women. That would crush some women. I'm not saying all, but a woman who's really feeling you and you look her dead in the eye, you tell her, you shake her head, and I'm so disappointed in you. I can't believe you did that shit. That would fuck up some women, because in their minds they're like, it fucked up his view of me. Fuck. Right. So they know if it fucked up his view of me, that might fuck up how he treats me. That might fuck up how he's being with me. I might have literally fucked up our shit.
Right.
Right? I'm telling you, like, even with a kid, look, let me tell you something. This is how I understood the power of that. When I was a kid, my mama told me, I'm so disappointed in you. I was like, nigga, I was shocked. I was like, she said, Carrie, I'm so disappointed in you. You're smarter than that. You're better than that. I was like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? So that right there got my attention more than my mom being mad at me and yelling at me. You know what I'm saying? That right there got my attention. So when I had kids and I told my kids I was disappointed, I saw the emotional response that they had. Like, I don't want to disappoint my father.
Right.
I look up to my father, admire him. I don't want to disappoint him. Right. So I literally seen the emotion over their face where they would get sad and even cry. Right. So even in a relationship, same thing. When someone really admires you, they respect you. A lot of times when they do things, they want you to be proud of them. Like, I'll give an example. One of my exes one time, bro, she took all of my watches. She took all my watches that needed a battery and that needed to be cleaned. I didn't ask her to do this. She did this on her own. She took all my watches, got the batteries clean, and got them clean. I mean, got batteries put in, got them clean, and brought them to me and said, hey, I did something for you. Did you like it? She wants that. Right? Because in a relationship, women need constant validation. So part of that validation is you being happy with what they're doing. Like, Miles, I'll give you another example. I had women in relationships where, you know, they cook for me all the time, right? And once you've been in a relationship for a number of years, you didn't have the same dish a bunch of fucking times, right? So if you're eating is good for you, but 3, 4, 5, 6 years into the relationship, the woman is still asking you, do you like my cooking still? Is it still tasty? Do you like it? Because she still needs that validation. Like, it's still there. But anyway, man. You got something you want to say to this, fam? I think you might have spoke to. I don't know, but
yeah, you can do the next one if you got a next one.
I don't think we got any more questions. If y'all got a question, it's time to put it in because pause. It's time to Put your question in the chat because we gotta get ready to bounce in a little bit. But also call in 919-647-9392. It's free for now, right? Today's price ain't tomorrow's price. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's price ain't yesterday's price. However the fuck you say it. All right, 919-647-9392. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat. Guys, set boundaries with women early on. And I know a lot of y'all need help with this. I know a lot of y'all need help with the setting of boundaries. This is a perfect time to have a discussion. But guys, here's the thing about boundaries. Like I'll give you a prime example of where a lot of guys fuck up. A lot of guys, y'all don't think y'all have the influence to set certain boundaries. Okay, and this is what I mean by that. A lot of guys, y'all feel like there are certain things I don't like, but I feel like I can't tell her about it unless I'm her man first. Right? So what I mean by that is this. You'll have guys, they'll get into a relationship with a woman, but they don't like the way she dresses. She dresses too provocative for them. My thing is, why did you get into the relationship to begin with then? So they'll get into a relationship with the woman, and then they'll start to tell her about how she dresses. Bro, I can't tell you how many clips I've used where there's a couple, like these street interviews, Miles, where like the Desirable Truth, the black dude, right? Where he's asking questions, and the chick is dressed a certain way, and he'll ask, does your man get a say so in how you dress? And the chick is like, no. And the dude will be like, well, I should. And they're like, nigga, how you in a whole relationship? And you're saying that. No, how did you even make it to the and inevitably it's always the chick that the guy is super attracted to. Always. It's always the chick 9 times out of 10 where the guy is super attracted to the chick and he says, I want her. Yes, she's doing things or saying things that I don't like, but I want her. And the mistake that guys make is they think the title of boyfriend, fiance, or husband changes the dynamic of the level of respect. No, it doesn't. If the woman doesn't respect your opinion or your viewpoint, she's not going to respect it later simply because you gave her a title, right? So what should happen is this: if you're dating a woman or casually dealing with a woman sexually who dresses a certain way, where you know if she was my girl, I'm not dealing with that. All you got to do is just fuck her then. Never make her your girl. Never make her your girl. See, this is what you could do if you were smart, right? This is why if women are doing things that you don't like, if it don't have a drastic impact on you, there's no need for you to say anything. Like if you're just fucking her, there's no need for you to talk about how she dresses. There's no need for you to talk about her staying out to 3 o'clock in the morning fucking other niggas. That's not your girl, right? Here's the thing though. If the woman has campaigned and auditioned for a role in your life, she's invested more than just her pussy. And she's coming to you and she wants to be in a relationship. If she's doing things you don't like, you could just simply say, look, man, you cool and all of that, but the way you move, that's not something that I would want in a girlfriend. Look, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your life. Do what you do, baby girl. Do what you do. And she might be like, what? I'm like, no. Baby girl, look, do what you do. Right. I'm not here to try and get you to change anything, right? Do what you do. And then she might be like, no, just tell me what it is. Like, look, and this is what I would tell you. This is only if you see that she has other character traits or other attributes that would otherwise make her a good fit. It's just this one thing that you like ain't feeling. Then and only then can you say, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. The way you dress, man, I'm not feeling that. You know, I need you to understand that a woman is a representation of her man. Now, as a single woman, you do what the fuck you want, but you know, when you with a man that has a certain level of standards, you know, you got to represent that man well in the streets. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know, there's nothing wrong with how you dressing as a single woman, but if you was my woman, it ain't. I'm not feeling that, right? And she said, all I got to do is change the way I dress, and then you got to tell her, no, baby girl, listen. I don't need you to change the way you dress for me. Do it for yourself, right? And what I mean by that is the woman has to see the value in you, where it's a modification of behavior. It can't be you browbeating her to change something. It has to be where she's almost like, I'll change it because I want you. Right? I want to be with you. And if all I got to do is change my wardrobe to be with you, fuck it, I'm with it. But it's also one of those things, all right, as long as you know, but baby girl, look, if you make this change, if you're not ready to be consistent with it, it ain't going to work out. Because if you go back to that same shit, just understand it's over. Right? But a lot of guys, y'all don't know how to have that conversation with women because you want the relationship so bad. You're like, I just want the relationship. I'll deal with that other shit later. And now you're arguing with the chick. We good on calls, Miles?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, y'all better call in 919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. It's a free fucking call. Yes. I know it's almost 200 y'all watching. I know out of 200 and some people watching, somebody got a question about something. It don't got to be about women. It could be about anything. It don't got to be about women, guys. We got way too much game, you know what I'm saying, for y'all not to be asking questions, right? It ain't just about females. It could be about females. You know what I'm saying? We love women over here. Shout out to y'all.
Facts. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the ladies.
Yes, Daddy.
While we're waiting for people to wake the fuck up, we're going to play this clip again by Ice-T because I thought it was dope.
You say yes, you turn someone else's problems into yours.
Yeah, man.
Give you an example. Jose says to me, Ice, can you take me to the airport? I say, yeah, man, I got you. I got to get up. I got to get gas in my car. I got to be on time. I got to pick Jose up. I got to get him to the airport. And guess what? If I'm late, he gets to be mad at me.
Right.
Wow. I just turned his problem
into yours.
So sometimes you just got to say, nah, man, I'm not the one. I can't do that right now.
Facts.
You know, so I'm gonna say this, and I don't think I've ever told this story. I don't recall ever telling this story. I'm gonna tell the story. Some of y'all might not believe it, but I'm gonna tell the story. When I was in my 20s, bro, I was looking for.
All right, so we got 321. You're on live on the Manhunt is the Skill Set Show. We got your host K-Zag. We also got Miles. Name, age, city. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? My name Kendall. I'm calling out of Miami. I'm 30 years old.
Okay, what up, Kendall? What's up? What's on your mind?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on what K-Zag had just said about like basically like setting standards. You know, when you begin in the beginning with a woman. I've always, my dad used to taught me that when I was younger. But the thing is, with me, I always felt like I was being too harsh or too hard on a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I be going about like I be feeling like they say like I tell a woman, hey, like for example, with me, I don't. If a woman's with me, I don't like women wearing pants with me. A woman gotta be wearing dresses and stuff. That's why I like.
Okay.
I don't like women wearing pants.
Okay.
You know, so like when it comes stuff like that, like, you know, a woman would do it, but then I'd be feeling like as if like I'm forcing her to do it. You know, so I don't know if I'm correct.
Yeah. So this is what I would say to you. If you like a woman who don't wear pants, and here's gonna be the hard part for you. If you don't like a woman who wear pants, are you approaching women who wear pants, or are you approaching women who got on skirts and dresses?
I mean, the thing is though, that's a great question. We know most women, you know, are going to wear pants. So I'm not necessarily tripping about them wearing pants if they're you're not my woman, but if they're my woman, that's why I prefer. I just like that look. That's like the look on women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
So no, I feel what you're saying. So here's one way to kind of get into the groove of whether or not it's plausible to get that with any particular woman. So let's say you meet a woman who got on some yoga pants or stretch pants. But it seems like damn near every woman is wearing them type of pants nowadays. Like goddamn, right? So let's say you met a woman just wearing shorts, pants, jeans, whatever the fuck, right? One thing you can do is if you set up a date, right? You can be like, hey, when we meet for the date, I want you to put on a little sundress, or you know, something with a little spaghetti string top or something like that. You know, something cute and sexy, right? You can tell a woman that, right? And if she's feeling you, she'll do it. You know what I'm saying? If she's feeling you, now, you know, be careful what location you choose for the date, though, right? Don't make sure that is apropos for the date as far as what she's wearing. But you can do that. Now, you might have some women where they're not girly girls like that. They're more they're cute, they sexy, but they're more tomboyish, right? So you'll be hard pressed to get them in the dress, right? So a lot of times you'll kind of know off the bat she don't seem like a bitch that be wearing dresses like that. So I gotta watch out for that, because if she's not, then I know that. If you're talking about just fucking, it shouldn't be that big a deal. But if you're talking about a woman, you're gonna kick it with on the strength.
Yeah, if it's just fucking,
Yeah. I'm like you. I like girly girls. I like girly girls. I'll fuck with a tomboy type chick, but on a relationship tip, I like dainty bitches. You know what I'm saying? That got a little bit of edge to them, but I like girly girls, bro.
Yeah, and the thing, it ain't even just like with dresses. It could just be like, I remember that I was dating this one girl for a while. She was a good girl, whatever. We dated for a while. And I remember, I'll never forget, she told me that, I don't know what it is, but it's like when I'm with you, it's like I want to be with you, but I always feel like I'm on thin ice with you.
Yeah,
you know, and so like when I think about stuff like that, I'm like, damn, like what? I don't want a woman to feel like as if I'm.
No. I know. If a woman said that to me, I'm a smile. If a woman says I feel like I'm on thin ice, I'm a smile. And this is what I'm gonna tell her.
Okay.
As long as you don't fuck up, you ain't got to worry about it. That's it. But the fact that she said she on thin ice, that's not gonna. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that I'm actively trying to get a woman to feel that way, because I'm not. But if she feels that way, cool. Then cool. Then I'm gonna embrace the fact that she feels that way and be like, as long as you don't fuck up, you good. Right? Now, and here's the thing, right? Because you said earlier, sometimes you feel like you're being too harsh. This is what men need to stop doing right now. Stop second guessing yourself. Colin, let me tell you what I did one time. I sent a woman a voice text, right? I sent her a voice text or a voice note. And then after I sent it, I listened to it. Normally I listen to it back before I sent it, right? Because I want my tone of voice to be a certain way, right? So normally I listen to it before I send it. But this time I just sent the shit. But I listened to it back. And when I'm listening to it back, I'm like, God damn, nigga, you sound harsh as fuck, nigga. You sound stern as shit, nigga. So I'm second guessing myself, right? So I said, fuck it, it's already out there. Nigga. She hit me back a few minutes later, and she said, Carrie, I listened to that shit 10 times. I love it. I love it that you put it that way. Here I am second guessing myself, and this chick that listened to the shit 10 times, and she's saying, I love it. She says, I've been waiting for a man to talk like that. I'm second guessing, here I am, nigga. Second guessing myself, and this chick is loving it. So the point I'm trying to make is this. As long as you're not being malicious, spiteful, or mean purposefully, nigga, do you.
Right. So, but that's part of my question too. How do you know if you being malicious or like you being like?
Bro, it's all about intent, bro. It's all about intent. It's about intent. It's about intent. What are your intentions? Your intentions speaks volumes of how you interact with people, right? So if my intent is to hurt your feelings, I'm going to say some shit where I'm trying to hurt your feelings. If my intent is to set a boundary, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. But if your feelings get hurt in the process, I don't give a fuck. Listen to what I'm telling you. If I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I got to tell you something about yourself, how you perceive your triggers, or my bad, I'm saying it wrong. Other people's triggers are their problems. It's not your problem if somebody is triggered by what you said. I can't help that you got triggered. Remember, it's a choice. Like the chick who listened to the voice joint. Another chick could have been like, God damn, nigga, you came a little too hard. Where the other chick was turned on by it. She was feeling it. So why would I adjust myself based on what women are saying? Okay, even the fact that the woman liked it, that shouldn't compel me to, well, I'm gonna say it like that all the time now. No, stay me, stick to the script, right? I just need to stick to the script and be consistent with how I do my shit. I'm not going to switch up because one woman gave me a compliment and the other woman said I was too harsh. It don't matter if it's good or positive in a woman's eyes. I'm just being me. It's up to the chick to decipher how she's going to interpret what I'm saying to her. It's a choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So that's pretty much why I wanted to ask you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a pretty like austere guy. You know. So, but my key thing, I don't want to like hurt a woman's feelings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? By the way that I am as a person.
Caller. How old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay. So here's the part you're not really getting. The point is to be exactly who you are and to find a woman that vibes with that. If you're always hurting the woman's feelings, chances are she don't understand you. And she's not the one you're supposed to be with. You understand that?
Gotcha. Okay, I understand that. Okay.
Okay. So be who you are naturally, bro. Don't be trying to switch up for a woman's feelings and all that other shit. Women. See, you need some coaching, man, because I bet you didn't even know that there are times where you're going to say something to a woman and she's going to withdraw. And with that mentality that you have now, you're going to think she's giving you the silent treatment, but she's really not. There are times when a woman needs to go inside and just go through her emotions. And there are times when, as a man, you're supposed to just let her.
Yeah.
And if you spend all the time sitting there worrying about how she feels and, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And maybe I should have said it. If you listen to what K-Zach said, he said he was second guessing himself, but it turns out that the chick was fucking with it wholeheartedly. So what's the mistake? The mistake is second guessing yourself.
Facts.
So you need to fall in love with who you are, so much so that you don't really give a fuck what a woman's reaction is. You just looking for the woman that got the right reaction.
Hey, Colin, I want you to understand. I want you to understand how mad I was at myself for second guessing myself, right? Because shout out to Miles. When I left that voice note, every word I uttered was unique to my masculine identity.
Facts.
I'm second guessing me, nigga. How dare I? How dare I second guess me behind a woman? I'm still mad at myself, nigga. This was a while ago, but I'm still mad at myself that I second guess myself, right? So when you're being authentic and you're being genuine and sincere and you're being real with people, never second guess that, right? Now, here's the thing when you're being authentic. There are going to be some people that aren't feeling it. And those are the people that aren't meant to be in your circumference because they're not feeling it. Here's the thing. Y'all got to understand when we talk about compatibility, right? The problem with a lot of people, and both men and women are guilty of this, people are so in their minds with wanting something to happen a certain way that they don't pay attention to what's going on in the moment, and they're trying to force fit interactions to work. They're trying to force fit shit, right? So what I mean by that is this. With any woman I'm dealing with, I should be free to speak exactly how Carrie speaks. And only a woman who's compatible with me will understand it.
Right.
Only women who are compatible with me will understand it. Any woman who says, Carrie, you're cool, but I don't like the way you push shit, that bitch ain't meant for me. Even if I think she's cool, she ain't meant for me because she feels a certain type of way about how I articulate myself. Because we're not a good match. We're gonna butt heads, right? If a woman is telling you in the beginning, I really don't like the way you put certain things. I really don't like your take on certain things. She's telling you right now, we're not gonna get along in the long run.
Right. And you know what else, caller? This is exactly why you gotta always be who you are, because a lot of times cats love to like behave a certain way, and when you behave a certain way, you're gonna attract a certain type of person. And then later on, when the real you comes out, then they realize that they never liked you. They never liked you in the first place because why you wasn't being the real you. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah,
All right, yeah, man. I'm most definitely
you gotta go.
understand what you're saying. So I appreciate that, guys. I'm gonna keep on. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks for the call. All right. Yeah, man. Oh, guys, the sale is over, but you can still get your soap. You can still get your soap at masculineidentity.com. So make sure you come through and get your soap. You know, the sale is over. The sale was over last night at 12 midnight. But it's you can still get your soap at masculineidentity.com. You can still get Cunningham soaps and masculine identity soaps.
Okay, guys, right there. And the joint is right there in yellow at the bottom. Masculineidentymembership.com. Right there. I might need to change the color and make that shit pop a little bit more. Change it to red or something. Yo, get that soap. Get that soap. All right, there we go. Renee, baby girl, thank you. Appreciate it. I was looking for the link. I was looking for it. I'm like, I didn't save it like I normally do. All right, so you're a lifesaver. Appreciate you. She saved me and shit. Appreciate you, baby. So guys, if you got a question, put a Q in the chat. If you got a question, put a Q in the chat.
I mean, it's about that time though. I mean, you know.
Yeah, we're about to get up out of here. So real quick, y'all, again, in closing, set boundaries with women early on. Guys, if you want pleasant interactions with women where there's no toxicity, no drama, it's just smooth selling, set boundaries, right? But also what you're doing is you're conditioning the woman to understand there's a level of respect that has to be shown if she wants access.
Right.
There's a level of respect that has to be shown if she wants access. Y'all know my favorite word, deference, humble submission, and respect, right? You want women to show you humility, right? And when you set boundaries with women who are humble and show you humility, they're going to respect boundaries. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're fucking with the right chicks, they're going to be even more attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have boundaries. They're going to be even more attracted. Let me say this about having boundaries. Whether guys realize it or not, whether it's a conscious thing or a subconscious thing on a woman's part, there is trust that comes about with a man who has boundaries. There's a certain level of trust. Because, an example, if a woman is going to be with you long term, right, she needs to know that no other woman can just come in and get what she worked so hard to get.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And I said that before. This is why you niggas, when y'all be taking trips with chicks after like 3 weeks, a woman who's been in your life for 9 years and she didn't get a trip in 3 weeks. She got a trip in 6 months, but this chick get a chick in 3 weeks. Bro, you're going to create drama with the main chick. Because she's looking at it like, damn, this nigga ain't got no boundaries. This nigga, he just show up and he's easily influenced by women. He's once the woman realizes you're easily influenced by beauty and sex, she can't respect you. She can't respect you, right? And that's where the setting of boundaries comes in at, because again, whether it's a subconscious thing on a woman's part, women are gonna know, why is this guy doing all of this? He just met me. Like, if I was the guy, I would never do this. Do y'all know women think like that? If I was the guy, I would never do this. Look, Miles, real quick. I saw a Facebook post where this chick, and I wish I've been looking for it for like 6 months. I can't find that shit. She was talking, she's a woman, mind you. And she said, if I was a man, there is no way I would be dealing with a single woman who has kids and I'm buying her groceries. There would be no way I would be dealing with a chick and I'm paying for her Uber to come see me. Ain't no fucking way. I'm fucking for free. And this is what a chick is saying. She is saying, if I was a man, I wouldn't do that shit that y'all do. You know what I'm saying? But the funny part, as a woman in another space, she's gonna say she requires that shit from you niggas. If I'm fucking with a nigga, he want me to come see me, I need an Uber. But by the same token, she's saying, if I was a man, I wouldn't do it. All of this shit that women ask for, they would never do it. Look, let me say this. This is why the authority, the dominance, and the leadership of a man is so important.
Facts.
Because we literally set the stage for what women deem as that's respectable behavior or not. You know what I'm saying? Because women have enough instinct to say, yeah, I like to be treated to a nice dinner. I like that. I wouldn't do this shit for a nigga I just met. Right? I need guys to understand. Now, a woman might do it for a nigga that's piping her down proper like, right?
Mhm.
But she wouldn't do it for a nigga she just met. Why? Because she's saying he got to invest a little bit more to get me to do that, right? I got to see a little bit more from him for me to spend some money, right? Because that's how most women think. But the average guy don't think that way. But anyway, man, I went on long enough. So Miles, in closing, you wanna plug anything and shit?
Yeah, man. Like I said, masculineidentity.com. Get your soaps. Hey, we still got copies of the Game Kings 2 poster, so you could get that too. And you could get copies of the Game Kings documentary 1 and 2. You could also get the Game Kings seminar New York, seminar Vegas. You could get those seminars. And then, of course, you could get on the Masculine Identity membership. So make sure you go to masculineidentity.com where you got access to everything. You can get everything. And be sure to join me Monday night for the Monday night. Yeah, Renee P. Yeah, that rose soap. That shit is the best. Ladies love the rose soap.
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they apparently love roses in all forms. They love roses, rose soap, and they love the rose, the vibrating.
Yeah, right. They like that shit too. But guys, and then of course tomorrow, check us out. Real Game No Theory. Shout out to 1950 Steve the Dean, K-Zag, Mr. Lucario, and myself will be on there tomorrow 12 noon. Make sure you check us out. We appreciate you, man. And also go to check out badboymembership.com. Get with the bad boy of the dating game, Mr. Lucario, and get on his membership. That's where you learn about the vetting process for real. You know, it's funny because I know it be sounding like we be talking, oh yeah, dudes don't be want to give credit and so on and so forth. But you got to understand how long we've been doing this. I know a lot of you may have just found us the other day. We've been doing this for a minute. Like, look, you know, Lucario and myself, Steve the Dean been doing it before us. And we've been doing it for over like 18 years now. You know what I'm saying? And shit, even K-Zag, man, K-Zag, you turning into a vet already. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting up there. I'm getting
it's been a few years already. You know what I'm saying? Time flies, and you got to understand that these young cats coming in, they hear the cool shit we be saying, and then they just turn around and adopt it for themselves. So when we say to give credit, it's really not just an ego thing. It's like it's a respect thing, because you should be able to articulate where you got your shit from, bro. Like it's just a part of the game, and it's just a mental thing where you show respect and you're also being genuine, meaning that you understand another person's talking, you respect another person's talking point. That's why you inject it into your vernacular, but it's still good to give credit because it shows respect. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
No doubt. Also, real quick, for the individuals that purchased the Game Kings documentary using the link underneath my videos, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. I want to make sure I shout y'all out.
Of course. Make sure you support K-Zag, man, and get the Game Kings documentary from him. Definitely.
Yeah. So right here, guys, we have Miles's link right here for the definition of game, the Game Kings 2 definition of man and definition of game. This is a definition of game, but the definition of game and definition of man, part 1 and 2. I would suggest you get 1 and 2. For guys who haven't seen neither, I probably would say watch part 2 first. Watch the definition of man first, and then watch the definition of game second. And the reason why I personally say that is because the foundation of anything is manhood first. True. And then everything branches off from there. Right. Everything. I think the problem with a lot of guys, the reason why a lot of you guys have trouble taking the information in and applying it is because you're too focused on the woman aspect of it. And you're not focused enough on the manhood aspect of it.
We got who this, Chris? Hello? 513.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Miles. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, age 41, Cincinnati.
Yeah, what's going on? Appreciate it.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, K-Zag? And I apologize for yesterday. I had to get back to work.
No, I figured. But no problem.
Yeah. But as far as me taking stuff from you guys, that was never my intent to do that. And listen, I met you guys in person, and I would never do that to y'all.
No. I know. Sometimes I know it's not an intentional thing, but but it is what it is, and it needs to be said.
Well, let me add this to it, Chris, real quick, and I want guys to understand. I get it. When you hear good information, you want to share it with the world. It's like preaching the gospel. I get it. It's kind of like people going door to door trying to sell you Bibles and shit, right? You learn something. The information has done wonders for you, and you want to share it. I get all of that, but in sharing it, it's not about you sharing it. That's the problem. It's the way in which you go about sharing it, right? So even when people preach the word of God or stuff like that, it's not their own thoughts. They're telling you where they got it from.
Right.
They might put it in their own way, in their own words, but they might get you with a reference point in Luke or chapter this, Psalms this, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll go on a diatribe using their own words to kind of expand the ideology or the point they're trying to make. So there's nothing wrong with you sharing the gospel, but just make sure, because you could simply be like, look, there's some individuals I rock with, shout out to them. One of the things that I've learned from them and that I agree with them on is blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the masculine identity, I can say, shout out to Miles for the masculine identity. One of the things that I agree with when it comes to having your own unique identity, then I go on a whole diatribe using my own words.
Right.
But the reason why I'm even speaking that is the fact that his masculine identity gave me the idea to bring up that.
Exactly.
Yep. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, there you go. All right.
But yeah, thanks for calling back, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling back. But you be safe out there on the road, all right?
Yes, sir. All right, see ya.
All right, peace, bro.
Peace.
All right.
All right, y'all. So like and share, subscribe tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern, The Real Game No Theory. And I want to point this out. We've been doing the Real Game No Theory podcast for over 4 years.
Damn, it's been that long?
It's been over 4 years, bro. It's been since 2021, I think. It might be longer than that, but it's been at least 4 years.
Right.
And I just want to say we've never had any falling out. Yeah, we had some guys that came in for a little bit and they dipped. But even when they dipped, it was no issues. Nobody got issues with anybody. It's all love.
And it never stopped.
Exactly. And we kept going. And guys, I need guys to understand that you're not going to see this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just look at everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You got too much ego, too much pride. You got people with ulterior motives. And that's another thing. A lot of times when people come together, people have ulterior motives. Right. And it's going against the collective. Right. So a lot of times when you come in with, it's like dealing with women. When a woman has an ulterior motive and you ain't figured it out, it's going to collide with you. It's going to collide. Right. When you don't come in the interaction from an authentic, genuine standpoint, like all of us did, eventually you're going to butt heads. But on that note, like, share, and subscribe. Miles, any parting words?
Hey, man, the truth is inside you. And manhood is a skill set. There you go.
There you go. Peace.